Everybody Hates Chris cast, then and now, 2005 vs. 2025. Everybody Hates Chris, a beloved show that shaped the 2000s sitcom landscape, told the story of a young boy navigating the everyday struggles of family life growing up in Brooklyn and facing the challenges of being a black teen in America. The show's humor, heart, and relatable characters captivated millions, leaving an indelible mark on TV history. But as the series wrapped up in 2009, many of us believed that the cast had simply gone on to their next big projects, quietly fading into the background of Hollywood. What if I told you that the path of the Everybody Hates Chris cast has been filled with far more than just fame and fortune? You won't believe the shocking transformations and devastating losses this group has faced. One cast member is no longer with us, gone too soon, leaving an irreplaceable hole in the heart of the crew. Another. Their career has completely flipped the script, making a dramatic shift that no one saw coming. But the most jaw-dropping revelation: some cast members have battled life-changing health conditions, faced public scandals, or redefined their legacies in the most unexpected ways. Whether through battle perseverance or shocking career pivots, the story of the Everybody Hates Chris cast is far from over. The show may be a nostalgic favorite, but the cast's lives since 2005. Well, that's a tale of resilience, reinvention, and heartache, one that will have you seeing them in a whole new light. What happened to the cast after their time on the show ended? And which one of them has lived a life that will leave you speechless? Stay tuned, because this is a journey of triumph and tragedy you won't want to miss. Tyler James Williams, who portrayed the young unlucky Chris Rock, was born on October 9, 1992, in Westchester County, New York. Tyler's passion for acting began at an early age, inspired by his love for performing arts. By the time he was just 4 years old, he was already showing off his talents at local theater productions. It was clear early on that Tyler had the charisma and ability to steal the spotlight, even if his roles were small at the time. His first major break came when he was just 11 years old. He landed a role in the television film Saturday Night Live: The Best of Chris Rock, and later followed it up with appearances in other popular shows like The Cosby Show and The West Wing. Despite these smaller roles, Tyler's big break came when he was cast as Chris Rock in Everybody Hates Chris. The role was an instant hit, and his portrayal of the character's misadventures and challenges was praised for its authenticity and relatability. Tyler's formative years were filled with the classic struggles of any young actor trying to make a name in Hollywood. He had to navigate the pressures of being a black teenager in a predominantly white industry. Growing up in the spotlight, Tyler faced similar challenges to his on-screen counterpart Chris, trying to balance the pressures of school, family, and his blossoming acting career. However, his strong family foundation and supportive upbringing helped him stay grounded. Vincent Martella, who played Chris's loyal best friend Greg Wooliger, was born on October 15, 1992 in Miami, Florida. Much like his character on the show, Vincent was known for his quirky, eccentric personality. From a young age, Vincent was fascinated by acting, and his parents nurtured his passion. He started acting in commercials when he was just 7 years old, but his breakthrough came when he was cast as Greg in Everybody Hates Chris. Greg was Chris's unwavering, optimistic friend, often a source of comic relief in the series. While his character's obsession with superheroes was exaggerated for comedic effect, Vincent's own early years were marked by an undying enthusiasm for his work and a drive to succeed. Much like Greg, who always managed to find the bright side of every situation, Vincent had a positivity that helped him thrive in an industry known for its tough competition. Before Everybody Hates Chris, Vincent had roles in various TV shows like The OC and American Dad. But it was his voice acting career that truly solidified his place in Hollywood. He voiced Phineas Flynn in the animated series Phineas and Ferb, which became a massive hit on Disney Channel. This role would go on to define his career for years to come, even as he continued to explore different acting avenues. Antonio Fargas, who played the wise and humorous Doc on the show, was born on August 14, 1946, in New York City. His journey into acting began long before Everybody Hates Chris. Fargus had a career that spanned decades, marked by his iconic roles in the black exploitation films of the 1970s. In movies like Shaft and Foxy Brown, he earned recognition for his ability to bring complex, often conflicted characters to life. Growing up in New York, Antonio was introduced to the world of performance by his mother, who encouraged him to pursue his passion for theater. Antonio's early years were shaped by his exposure to both the struggles of African-American communities and the vibrancy of the arts. After studying drama at the prestigious drama school in Harlem, he quickly made a name for himself with his commanding stage presence. His breakthrough role as the street-smart Huggy Bear on the TV series Starsky and Hutch made him a household name. Fargus's ability to deliver both humor and gravitas allowed him to stand out in Hollywood. But it was his portrayal of Doc, the fatherly and always wise character in Everybody Hates Chris, that added another layer to his storied career. Antonio had a significant influence on the series, not just through his role, but through his mentorship of younger cast members. Having navigated the racial barriers of Hollywood in the 60s and 70s, Antonio brought an invaluable perspective to his role as a father figure to Chris. Todd Bridges, who portrayed the quirky and conspiracy-obsessed monk, is another actor whose career has seen both highs and lows. Born on May 27, 1965 in San Francisco, California, Todd's early years in the spotlight were marked by a meteoric rise. He was just 11 years old when he starred in the hit TV series Different Strokes, where he portrayed Willis Jackson, Gary Coleman's brother. Todd's experience in Hollywood, however, was far from ordinary. At a young age, he was thrust into fame only to later face personal demons that would shadow his career. Struggling with addiction and legal issues, Todd found it difficult to navigate his adult years in the industry. However, after a long battle, he managed to clean up and make a triumphant return to acting, landing the role of Monk on Everybody Hates Chris. Monk was the character who could always be counted on to get involved in a ridiculous conspiracy theory or irrational belief, and Todd brought this role to life with his natural humor. His own experiences mirrored Monk's eccentricities, making his portrayal not just comedic, but deeply rooted in real-life struggles. Terry Crews, who played the frugal and hard-working Julius Rock, had a career that was built on his impressive physicality and undeniable charisma. Born on July 30, 1968 in Flint, Michigan, Terry was always an athlete. He played football at Western Michigan University and went on to have a career in the NFL, playing for teams like the Los Angeles Rams and the San Diego Chargers. While his career in football didn't last long due to injuries, Terry found his true calling in acting. He first gained recognition for his roles in movies like The Sixth Day and Friday After Next, but it was his role as Julius the father who stretched every penny that made him a household name. Julius's character, known for his extreme frugality, was based on Chris Rock's real-life father, and Terry's portrayal brought both humor and heart to the role. Beyond acting, Terry Crews became a pop culture icon. He became known for his roles in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and America's Got Talent, as well as his social media presence and advocacy for sexual assault survivors. His commitment to activism, along with his comedic chops, has made him a beloved figure in Hollywood. Tyler James Williams's rise to fame began in earnest when he landed the role of Chris Rock in the iconic sitcom Everybody Hates Chris. But before that, Tyler was already laying the groundwork for his future stardom. His career began at a young age, and his early experiences in acting set the stage for his breakout role. By 11 years old, Tyler had already appeared in several TV shows, but it wasn't until he was cast in Everybody Hates Chris that the world truly took notice. Tyler's portrayal of Chris Rock, the awkward, unlucky teen navigating the ups and downs of family life, resonated deeply with audiences. He perfectly captured the essence of Chris's experiences growing up in Brooklyn, and his comedic timing was impeccable. The show quickly became a cultural touchstone for many black families, providing a window into the daily struggles and triumphs of black life in America. Tyler's performance was more than just humorous. It was grounded in authenticity, a quality that elevated the series to something truly special. However, Tyler's rise didn't stop with Everybody Hates Chris. After the show wrapped, he diversified his career, proving that he was not just a sitcom star. Tyler landed roles in a variety of projects across TV and film. His turn in the drama The United States vs. Billie Holiday showcased his range as he portrayed a complex character opposite Andra Day. In addition to his acting career, Tyler became a strong advocate for awareness around Crohn's disease, a condition he has been battling since 2017. His commitment to raising awareness while continuing to work in Hollywood demonstrated his resilience. As of now, Tyler's career continues to soar with his role as Gregory Eddy on Abbott Elementary, earning him even more recognition. Tyler's journey from a young star on Everybody Hates Chris to a seasoned actor with a legacy is a testament to his versatility and determination. For Vincent Martella, Everybody Hates Chris was just the beginning. Born in Florida and raised in a family that nurtured his love for acting, Vincent was already carving out a path in entertainment before landing the role of Greg Wooliger. As Chris's best friend, Greg provided both comic relief and a sense of loyalty, but Vincent's portrayal of this eccentric superhero-obsessed character earned him more than just laughs. He became a fan favorite known for his quirky optimism. But Vincent's true rise to fame came from his work behind the microphone. His most notable role came when he voiced Phineas Flynn in the Disney Channel hit Phineas and Ferb. The show became a phenomenon, running for over a decade and earning Vincent a dedicated fan base. His ability to transition from live action to animation was a skill that would define his career, allowing him to continue working in Hollywood even as he explored new creative avenues. In addition to his voice acting career, Vincent ventured into live action roles. He joined the cast of The Walking Dead in its 4th season, playing Patrick, a character whose short but impactful time on the show left an impression on fans. This mini reunion with his Everybody Hates Chris co-star Tyler James Williams brought a special connection to the two actors' careers. But beyond his acting, Vincent also dipped his toes into the world of video games, voicing characters in titles like Final Fantasy XIII and Batman Under the Red Hood. His ability to work across various mediums is a testament to his range and versatility as an actor. Now 32, Vincent Martella's career has taken him in unexpected directions, but he remains a beloved figure for his portrayal of Greg and for his continued work in entertainment. Antonio Fargas's rise to fame didn't happen overnight. It was the result of decades of dedication and hard work. As an actor, Antonio had already made a name for himself in Hollywood long before he portrayed Doc on Everybody Hates Chris. His early career was marked by roles in some of the most famous black exploitation films of the 70s, including Shaft and Foxy Brown. These films, while often controversial, highlighted the talents of African-American actors and marked the beginning of Antonio's rise to stardom. Fargas's most iconic role, however, came as Huggy Bear on the TV series Starsky and Hutch, a character that made him a household name. As Huggy Bear, Antonio embodied the street-smart, charming character that audiences adored. The success of Starsky and Hutch helped solidify his place in Hollywood, but Antonio's career didn't stop there. He continued to work steadily in television and film throughout the 80s and 90s, building a career that spanned genres and showcased his range. When Antonio was cast as Doc in Everybody Hates Chris, he brought decades of experience to the role. As the wise, fatherly figure in Chris's life, Doc became a trusted mentor and sounding board for Chris's various problems. Antonio's portrayal of Doc was not just humorous, it was rooted in the experience of someone who had seen it all. It was clear that Antonio's journey in Hollywood had given him the depth needed to truly understand the wisdom his character exuded. Even as Antonio's career continued to thrive, he never forgot his roots. He became a vocal advocate for African American representation in Hollywood and worked to promote the arts in his community. His rise to fame wasn't just about the roles he played, it was about the way he used his platform to make a difference in the industry. Todd Bridges' rise to fame began as a child star with his breakout role as Willis Jackson on the classic sitcom Different Strokes. At just 11 years old, Todd became a household name, playing the older brother to Gary Coleman's iconic character Arnold. The show, which aired from 1978 to 1986, tackled serious social issues like child abuse, drug addiction, and poverty. and Todd's portrayal of Willis left a lasting impact on audiences. However, after Different Strokes ended, Todd struggled to transition into adult roles. His career faced major setbacks as he became entangled in personal issues, including addiction and legal troubles. But Todd didn't let these challenges define him. He worked tirelessly to get clean, eventually finding his way back to acting. His role as Monk on Everybody Hates Chris was a significant part of his comeback, allowing him to showcase both his comedic timing and his growth as an actor. Monk was a character driven by conspiracy theories and absurd beliefs, and Todd's ability to bring this eccentric character to life was a testament to his acting chops. The role offered him the opportunity to show audiences that he was more than just a former child star. Todd's journey from the heights of child stardom to the depths of addiction and then to his triumphant return in Everybody Hates Chris is a testament to resilience and perseverance. Terry Crews's rise to fame is one of the most inspiring stories in Hollywood. Born in Flint, Michigan, Terry initially pursued a career in football, playing for several NFL teams. However, after injuries ended his football career, Terry turned to acting, determined to make a name for himself in a new field. His first roles were small, but he quickly made an impression in films like The Sixth Day and Friday After Next. But it was his portrayal of Julius, the frugal and loving father on Everybody Hates Chris, that catapulted Terry into stardom. The role of Julius, based on Chris Rock's own father, required Terry to balance humor with heart, portraying a man who worked tirelessly to provide for his family while teaching his children valuable life lessons. Terry's natural charisma and physical presence made him the perfect fit for the role, and the show became a major success. After Everybody Hates, Chris Terry's career soared. He became a household name known for his roles in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and the Expendables franchise. He also became the face of America's Got Talent, hosting the show for several years. Beyond acting, Terry became an outspoken advocate for sexual assault survivors and a positive force in Hollywood, using his platform to speak out on important issues. Terry's rise to fame wasn't just about landing roles, it was about his dedication to self-improvement and his desire to make a difference in the world. While Tyler James Williams has enjoyed a successful career, his path has not been without its hurdles. Behind the scenes, Tyler's story was one of perseverance and resilience, especially when he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2017. The chronic illness affects the digestive system, and Tyler has been candid about his battle with it, using his platform to raise awareness. Despite undergoing multiple surgeries and treatment, Tyler continued to work, never letting his illness define him or his career. His ability to balance the demands of acting with his health challenges became one of the lesser-known struggles of his journey. His story is a testament to his determination to push through adversity, and he has openly shared his experiences to help others facing similar health battles. However, Tyler's struggles weren't just physical. Being in the limelight at such a young age, Tyler faced the pressures of growing up in a predominantly white industry. As a young black actor, he had to contend with the challenges of fitting in and being accepted while navigating Hollywood's racial dynamics. At the height of Everybody Hates Chris, Tyler was just a teenager, and the fame that came with the role could have easily overwhelmed him. But Tyler remained grounded thanks to his close-knit family and support system. Tyler's personal journey is one of quiet strength, but it's also a reminder of how much actors like him must juggle beyond the roles they play on screen. Vincent Martella's journey, like many child stars, had its share of challenges. While his role as Greg in Everybody Hates Chris launched his career, it also placed him under the scrutiny of the public eye from a young age. His voice acting role in Phineas and Ferb made him a beloved figure. But like many child stars, the expectations and pressures of growing up in the entertainment industry took their toll. Though Vincent managed to avoid the pitfalls that often befall child actors, he faced the constant challenge of being typecast, struggling to break free from the shadow of his earlier work. The pressure to remain relevant in an industry that demands constant reinvention is something many actors face. Vincent, who had grown up with the spotlight on him, found himself navigating adulthood while trying to escape the perception that he was just the kid from Phineas and Ferb. Yay. Though he found success in live-action roles like his appearance on The Walking Dead, there was an undeniable weight of trying to prove that he was more than just his earlier roles. Vincent's battle wasn't in the public eye as much as others, but his journey highlights the invisible toll that fame can take on a young actor's mental health and sense of identity. His story is one of reinvention, but also one of enduring the quiet struggles of constantly being defined by past successes. Antonio Fargas, known for his role as the Wise Doc, has lived a career full of highs and lows. While he built an illustrious career in the 1970s with roles in films like Shaft and Foxy Brown, his journey was not without significant personal challenges. In an era marked by racial inequality, Antonio, as one of the few black actors in prominent roles, faced barriers that limited his opportunities. He was often typecast and struggled to find roles that showcased his full range as an actor. Behind the scenes, Antonio also faced personal hardships, including the death of his mother, who had been a significant influence on his career. Losing her was a devastating blow, one that Antonio admits took him years to recover from. His mother had always been a strong, guiding force, pushing him to achieve his dreams, even when the industry was against him. Her death left a void in his life, and during this period, Antonio battled with feelings of loneliness and self-doubt. Despite these personal setbacks, Antonio remained a fixture in Hollywood, finding roles in a variety of TV shows and films. His experience in Hollywood, having lived through the civil rights movement and seeing the evolution of black actors in the industry, gave him a unique perspective on the challenges black performers face. Antonio's career is a testament to his strength in overcoming adversity, but it's clear that the journey wasn't always as smooth as it appeared. Todd Bridges' story is one of the most tumultuous in Hollywood history. A former child star who had everything going for him with different strokes. Todd's life was marred by addiction, legal troubles, and personal crises. After the success of Different Strokes, Todd struggled to transition into adult roles and faced the dark side of fame. At a young age, he became addicted to drugs, and his life spiraled out of control. His struggles with addiction were widely publicized, and Todd was arrested multiple times. One of the darkest moments in Todd's life came when he was involved in a shooting incident. He was charged in connection with the death of a man in a drug-related altercation, and the incident became a major scandal. It was a moment that could have ended his career, but Todd fought to rebuild his life. After years of battling addiction, Todd found the strength to get sober and work on his recovery. His role as Monk on Everybody Hates. Chris marked a turning point in his career. Todd's portrayal of the eccentric character was deeply personal, as it mirrored his own battles with addiction and paranoia. The character's quirky beliefs and antics reflected Todd's own journey of self-discovery and redemption. His comeback story is one of the most inspiring in Hollywood, and it serves as a reminder that no matter how far someone falls, they can always rise again. Terry Crews's life took a darker turn in 2020 when he revealed publicly that he had been a victim of sexual assault. The former NFL player and actor shared that a prominent Hollywood agent had groped him at a party, an experience that left him traumatized. Terry's decision to speak out was a brave one, especially in an industry where silence often surrounds issues of abuse. Terry's revelation sparked a larger conversation about the power dynamics in Hollywood and the importance of holding abusers accountable. In addition to the trauma of sexual assault, Terry also faced personal and professional challenges. His journey to fame was not an easy one, and he struggled with issues of self-worth and insecurity in his early career. Despite his success in Hollywood, including roles in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Expendables, Terry had to constantly fight against the pressures of being in the public eye, where his every move was scrutinized. Terry's story of abuse and self-empowerment is one of courage, showing that even those with the most outwardly successful careers are not immune to personal demons. His ability to turn his pain into advocacy has inspired countless others to speak out and take control of their narratives. As we look back on the journeys of the Everybody Hates Chris cast, it's clear that their stories go far beyond the screen. While the show immortalized the struggles, humor, and triumphs of a young Chris Rock, the real lives of these actors have been marked by even greater feats of perseverance, transformation, and growth. For Tyler James Williams, his journey is a testament to the power of resilience. From battling a chronic illness like Crohn's disease to embracing his role as a mentor on Abbott Elementary, Tyler has shown us what it means to overcome the odds. He's not just the unlucky teenager we once saw on TV. He's a living example of strength inspiring millions who watch his work and hear his advocacy. He's not just a survivor of health battles, he's a beacon of hope for anyone facing their own challenges. Vincent Martella, whose career once seemed defined by his role as Greg, has reinvented himself time and again. His ability to transition from Phineas and Ferb to The Walking Dead and voice acting projects demonstrates a unique versatility few can match. Despite the pressures of growing up under the spotlight, Vincent has carved out his own legacy in Hollywood, proving that reinvention is possible and at times necessary. Antonio Fargas's role as Doc might have been one of wisdom, but his own life has been full of trials. From his iconic early roles in black exploitation films to his years of struggle and eventual redemption, Fargas's career shows the power of not giving up, even when the world seems determined to typecast or forget you. His work is a bridge between generations of black actors, ensuring that his influence will echo for years to come. Todd Bridges' story is perhaps the most emotional of all. From his rise to fame as a child star to his struggles with addiction and legal troubles, Todd's career seemed to be defined by his lowest moments. But through sheer will, he found redemption not just in his acting career, but in his personal life. The role of Monk allowed him to demonstrate that the hardest battles are often fought off-screen and that no fall is too far to recover from. And finally, Terry Crews, whose path to fame came with its own set of struggles, has become more than just a symbol of strength. His bravery in speaking out about his own trauma has empowered others to come forward and share their stories. Terry's story is a powerful reminder that healing advocacy and strength can coexist, and that we can use our struggles to lift others up. These actors, whose lives and careers have taken dramatic twists and turns, show us that the true measure of success isn't about how many roles you land or how famous you become. It's about resilience. It's about choosing to rise every time you fall. It's about using the pain, the hardships, and the setbacks to fuel something greater than yourself. And in doing so, they have left an indelible mark not just on Hollywood, but on the world. So what can we take away from their incredible journeys? It's simple. Don't ever underestimate the power of resilience. No matter what you're going through, you have the ability to rise above, just like the cast of Everybody Hates Chris. And remember, every story, no matter how dark or difficult, has the potential for a powerful payoff. If these stories of perseverance and reinvention inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who need to hear these powerful messages. Leave a comment below, telling us which cast member's journey resonated with you the most and what life lessons you've learned from their stories.